Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, with a little simple weekend stamping for you. I'm going to use some layering stamps by Altenew, and I've had these in my stash for a couple of months, and I've been just itching to use them, but some things always come up, so today I'm actually going to dive in and use them. And they have lots of different layering stamps. I have these two vintage flowers and vintage roses, and I'm going to use the vintage roses mostly because I'm lazy today, and they've have like little lines around them showing you what layers go together, and haven't used these before, so I'm not really sure what layers here go together. So I'm just gonna use these, and I've chose this rose and I'm trying to see these leaves right here, and that's all I'm going to use today. I'm also going to use the Altenew crisp inks, which I also recently got from Hallmark Scrapbook. They come in packs of 4, these mini ones for Hallmark has them about $10.50, I think they're 12 elsewhere, 12 on the Altenew site anyway, but they're kind of arranged by color family. So here would be the reds, and this one's like browns and yellows, and this one over here is like greens and a black, and I just kind of smudged it on my kind of scrap paper here so I could see what I would get with those colors. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these boxes to store them or not, but anyway, these are the smaller versions. They also have the full-size ink pads for, I think they're about $6.50 each, so it's kind of nice if you want to just try these to see if you like them before you invest. I do not think they have re-inkers. I couldn't find any on the Altenew site, so you're going to have to re-ink these with another brand if you do decide to invest in them, so that's something you'll want to consider if you're gonna get these. I'm gonna work on some little tags. Now on this one I worked on the glossy side of an unstrung merchandise tag from Paper Mart, and this side I worked on the matte side. And the glossy side, it's pretty, but it takes a long time to dry, and I feel like the colors kind of mute out when it dries. I actually heat set this so that it would dry a little quicker. So I'm gonna work on the dull side. And I got one right here, and the thing I like about these is that I can kind of practice and have fun with them, and I have a cute little gift tag when I'm done. I don't have to stress about it, and it is something I will use, so it's not just going to go to waste. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing, and I'm going to start off by showing you the stamps. So we've got these different layers here, and at first I was using, I'll show you my first example. I used the lightest pink, but I thought the lightest pink in the background was a little too light, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the next lightest one, but I'm going to stamp off. So I just want to make sure I have a nice even coverage, because it is a clear stamp and it's a whole solid image, so sometimes it gets a little it'll kind of want to skip. So what I'm going to do is just kind of gently stamp it, okay, and then I'll stamp it firmly on my image, but that'll give me just a lighter shade, so it's not going to give me as dark as if I stamped it full strength. And then I'm going to use that same color ink, but I'm going to use my next layer, which is kind of the mid-tone layer. So you can do that also with any ink pad you have. If it's too bright, you could you know, stamp it off for your first layer and then ink it up to do your second layer. And you can stamp off a couple times, really, to get it just how you want. Now it's going to be a little hard with the glare in these stamp mounts to see exactly where I stamped before, but the good thing is you don't have to be perfect to make these look pretty. And see, so now we've already got mid-range and our highlights. I just think it's such a pretty and innovative idea for these stamps. Now I'm going to take the next darker ink here and this kind of super depth shadows stamp. So this is like the third one in that set of 3. And some are set of 4. You know, some have 4 stamps that go together, so you get a little bit more depth even. And lining it up as good as I can. It's hard to, without me putting my head directly over it and looking down, it's very difficult to line it up, but I don't want my head in the way, so you can see what I'm doing. So there you can see I've got a really nice layered image there. And so then what I did was I stamped this on a Post-it note, and I cut it out to make a ding ding ding, a mask. I know I'm expecting you to answer me, so for those of you guys that answered me out loud, pat on the backs to you guys. I totally heard you, and I really appreciate that you pay attention to my videos. So I'm putting this mask over top of the of my image. There we go. And then I'm going to use my leaf stamps, and I'm going to use the background here. Now you could use a bunch of, like if you were using one of those stamping tools that open and close, you could use a couple different stamps. I think that's why they put so many options, but since I'm just doing this with my own hands, I'm just going to ink up this with my lightest green. I'm going to put it in a few times and call it good. Less stamps to wash when I'm done. It's kind of like how I cook. I try to cook so that I don't have too many dirty dishes when I'm done. It's kind of how I stamp. I stamp so I don't have too many dirty stamps. Now I'm taking the second layer and I'm going to the next darkest green. And I'm going to try to line it up without getting my big head in the way. Oh, I'm a little off, but that's alright. I usually am. I think it's this thick amount. I see a little distortion through it. That one was perfect. And I'll do this one right here. That was not too bad. And then I'll go with the final dark in my darkest ink. And I'm going to, I'll try to get that one. Yep, I'm still, it's because of how thick the stamp mount is and how it distorts. I kind of, when I'm stamping it out away from me, I kind of see it a little weird. And I'm going to get this one right over here. It's a good day to be stamping in my basement because it's very hot outside. And then you can see you get this really cute, pretty image. Does that look great, Lila? Yeah, she's nodding. She made a woo face when she saw it. So you know what I mean when I say a woo face, right? Like impressed, totally impressed with Mom. Mom is cool. I'm not just pretending my child is down here because, you know, any other time she'd be making all kinds of noise. And then I'm just using one of the yellows. It is the Warm Sunshine from the yellowy brown kit, and I'm just getting the edges. And I'm going to use my seam binding, which I dyed a bunch of this like years ago, and I'm still not through all of it, but it's so pretty. I just took white seam binding and dyed it with reinkers or, you know, spray inks, whatever I had. I think I used reinkers. And see, that's another reason. I wish all companies would make reinkers for their ink pads because it makes them so much more useful. And then I just dyed it, and then you know, of course, it matches all your project that you use that ink for. So, and there we have that. I hope you found this useful. I hope it took a little of the mystery out of using those Altenew stamp sets. I really want to use mine more. I enjoy them, and I think they're a wonderful product. And I think they're kind of, and there's a lot that I don't have, and I think they're kind of those types of style images that aren't going to go out of style. I'll put links to Hallmark Scrapbook. I am an affiliate over there, so if you do make a purchase through one of my links, I do earn a small percentage of that. I just want to let you know in case, you know, I don't know, in case you don't want to support me, you don't have to. You know, I just want to, I like to be upfront. I know I'm a nerd, but so I just wanted to let you know I like the inks all right. I think if you want to try them out, I'd go with the small ones. I think the full pads are a little expensive since they don't offer a re-inker. That's just my honest opinion. But there you have it. I'll probably end up re-inking these with my Stampin' Up! Re-inkers if I, you know, keep them after I've used them up. They are pretty colors. So just wanted to kind of give you all of that information. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked this video. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.